Dr. Pierce, let's talk about the notorious business strategy book, Good to Great, written by James Collins,
Sure.
published in 2001. It actually was published in October 2001. When you think of it, that's a month after 9/11. So a lot of things probably changed since that period, especially in the business world. It's a 320-page business strategy book in corporate strategy. And Jim Collins, and I read this book back in college, and he mentions a lot of companies that are the pioneers or the companies to look for, the role model companies: Abbott Laboratories, Circuit City, Fannie Mae, Gillette, Kimberly Clark, Wells Fargo, Nucor, Philip Morris. And I wish Mr. Collins was here so I could tell him that. But some of these companies that he named, Circuit City has gone bankrupt in
Yeah.
2009. Wells Fargo received a huge lump sum, or $25 billion, from the Troubled Asset Relief Program, the TARP program from the government in 2008. Fannie Mae was involved in a huge mortgage scandal that you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
How would Walgreens? I mean, Walgreens is great, but CVS has been popping up left and right across from Walgreens all over the place, and maybe
Right.
there was a failure in corporate strategy there. How would you, if Mr. Collins was here in front of you, how would you describe to him these problems and some of these skeptic ideas that not only me but so many other people in the
Yeah.
business world have?
No, this is it really is not a skepticism. This is reality, and you're absolutely right. It's because if you don't focus, see, every organization has limited valuable resources. In any organization, we have limited resources that they're all competing for the same thing, and our projects compete for those resources. It would be foolish to just throw these resources at things instead of having a razor sharp focus to put these resources on what really matters, what really matters to the essence of the mission of the organization, and and the projects or steps that delivers the highest or optimal results to fulfill those mission objectives. These organizations, in our opinion, lost their focus. They didn't focus on what was important. They didn't focus on understanding the technology, understanding the customer requirement, understanding the socio-economical situation, and deviated from the right path. And they end up in where they were. You remember that when Malcolm Baldrige Award became popular. Malcolm Baldrige Award is a fantastic thing. It's a great thing. But you remember that there were many organizations, they did get the Baldrige Award, and a year or so after, they went bankrupt because they dispersed their focus. They lost their focus. They wasted their resources everywhere, which was not a bottleneck, which was not a constraint in their processes. And when those resources were exhausted in places that made no difference to the total performance of a system, it created a situation that you go over budget, you lose profitability, and you go out of business. It is really important for organizations to be mindful of how to allocate resources. That is extremely critical within businesses.
Let's talk about your books. So you have written a series of books, Profitability with No Boundaries, which again is a book series written to show why an efficient and profitable organization doesn't just happen overnight, and it's not a given, but it's really a calculation by design. And your group has conducted hundreds of field tests and developed track records, which in a way is kind of like logging the results and keeping track and showing these as proof to all these leaders that you encounter. Tell us more about your books, and as I understand, they also come in ebooks, which is very efficient in this day and age. People have tablets and iPhones, and tell us about the feedback that you're getting from your books, and also from these field tests that you're getting from your customers.
Sure. As far as the feedback from the books, we initially printed a series of limited amount of books, which immediately they were gone, and it was to the point that all of a sudden we were finding the people were selling the books at $1,000, $2,000 or something like this. So we decided to really control the market by reprinting the books, expanding the application, and basically offering it to two different type of clientele. One was the leadership, which they need to have a summary of understanding of what ITLS was, and the other one was the body of knowledge, which would be a help to a practitioner to just follow the step-by-step methodology and get what they need at very, very low prices. And our goal, it was not to really become millionaires or whatever on the books, but really provide the market, the technical market, with a very, very low price capabilities. The feedback that we have received has been great, but the book started with a 9-year research. Why did we do a research? We had this situation that, let's say in industry, we had these 3 powerful methodologies: Lean, Six Sigma, and Theory of Constraints. Each were saying that they're the best, and so on and so forth. And definitely each organization that applied any one of these methodologies did receive some significant results. But what we wanted to do was to identify, okay, if I have these 3 choices, which typically that is a problem or situation that most organizations are faced with, that they say, okay, these are all available to me, which one of these things do I choose? So up to that point, there was no quantifiable data available to show that if I apply Lean, what do I get? If I apply Six Sigma, what do I get? And if I apply Theory of Constraint, what do I get? And what would happen if I apply a merge or integrated system which uses all these powerful tools, but in a different manner? So our findings were just amazing. We took over 70 some factories. We deployed and we had some doing their Six Sigma, some doing Lean, and so on and so forth, and some ITLS. The results were amazing, and basically the results that we are getting from the field, folks that are applying ITLS, they are reporting between 5 to 25 times higher results or better results than if they had applied either one of those things. And this is just an interaction effect. This is the interaction effect of when you apply all these right systems together with the right focus, and just use their core competencies, you get the most value in the fastest or shortest amount of time. That is the type of feedback that we get, and this is just a real brief of the entire research. But it took us 9 years to understand all these things, and we were able to publish for the first time in the world the results that everybody now understands this, that if I apply Lean, Six Sigma, and TOC, my gains are 1, 1, 1. Okay, they're almost the same. It really are almost the same. But if I use a right combination of them because of the right interaction effect, all of a sudden my result is not 1, and it's not even 3. It is something more than 5, more than 4. So those are some of the results that we have been getting, which is fantastic.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with the book and the book sales, and we can get them on your website, and here's the link. Dr. Pirasteh, in closing, you have received the prestigious Fox Award for outstanding innovation and creation of the ITLS system. This is an award, again, in the field of your study in business that is received by legendary business leaders such as Stephen Convey or Peter Senge, the famous MIT Sloan Business School lecturer and best-selling author. How does it feel to be in such a league after all these years of experience and hard work in the industry? And what is the message that you have for the business leaders, for the business owners, and also the community members, for the 95% of employees looking and hearing what you're saying who are dissatisfied with their work? What do you say about that?
First of all, I'm humbled by the award. I'm proud as Iranian American to receive this award. I'm proud from that standpoint, but again, I'm humbled by it. And my recommendation is that every one of us is responsible to educate and improve our field of vision as much as possible. So, and just due to the law of cause and effect, we are the cause of our suffering or our success. It is not someone else. I can't blame or I can't credit anyone else but the individual for doing what is necessary to make their nation proud of higher and more accomplishments. So I encourage people, instead of playing the victim, that I'm stuck in this job, I can't go anywhere, my boss is bad, my employees are this, my co-workers are mean, and all those things. Put those aside, take responsibility for their actions, and learn and try to be as free and liberated as possible from the fear.
Well, Dr. Pirasteh, I hope that these messages of wisdom and expertise go a long way and reach a lot of people and good audiences out there. We certainly want to thank you for being with us today, for enlightening and empowering us with your knowledge and expertise, and for taking the time to be with us today here on Agile. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amir. Really appreciate your contribution to our community. Really appreciate that. Thank you.